Hi everyone, we're going to look at the item type for hot text. Let's start with the point values. So within STAR, this type of question will either be graded as correct, incorrect, or partial credit. It's really just dependent upon the question. In AWARE, you have three options: correct, incorrect, partial credit, or point per task. And then as for content and grade level, this is mostly seen in RLA in elementary and then all of social studies. That is not to say that you can't use it for math, science, or secondary RLA. You absolutely can. Here are some examples. So this third grade RLA example is a really good example of an item that is scored as correct, incorrect, because you're only selecting one option. This 8th grade social studies example would be perfect for the partial credits because it's asking you to select two correct answers. Okay, let's jump into AWARE. So in order to create a hot text question, this is an interactive item type, so I'm going to click that button. Hot text is going to be your very first option. Always make sure you set at least a primary standard. You can either do it by scrolling or you can use the filter. Then we want to think about our scoring method. Remember, it's dependent upon the question. I'm going to do a partial credit. And then if you're ready to set a DOK level, you can do that as well. Now I'm going to start typing in my hot text question. I'm going to make sure I also include any instructions with this question. So I've got my instructions and how many I want them to select, but I also need to type in here the paragraph from a reading passage, an excerpt, or a sentence I'm wanting them to, in this example, select the nouns from. Okay, I've got my sentence in there. Now I want to add some placeholders for possible words or phrases students can choose from. So I'm definitely going to make sure I select fox. So I'm going to highlight it and then click this add placeholder response button. And then also the word dog, add placeholder response. Because those are my two correct answers, but then I also need to select other words that are distractors or, your not correct answers. So I'm going to do quick, brown, and then let's do lazy. Okay, once I've got all of that done, I'm going to come to the bottom right, but we're not ready to create, so you need to click continue. Now I need to decide if this is one choice or many choices. I do have many choices. I can also set a minimum and a maximum, so I don't have kids choosing all 5 answers. So I can limit them. So I'm going to limit it to a max choice of 2. And then I need to make sure I choose the correct answer so that it auto grades correctly for me. All right, once I've done that, come to the bottom right, click create. Always make sure you preview the question so you know what it's going to look like for your students.